Hey, Sebastian coming at you. ShowMeAt.com, Wheatworks Pro. Got the Gospel Guy, aka Randy Jenkins, with us again. I know a lot of y'all been asking. He's been very busy working on a record project lately, so he's just been
It's
crazy.
been
But
nuts.
he's gonna tell us a little bit about the Kronos. Some people's been asking about the Kronos, and it's become a subject of talk. What's better, the Kronos, the motif? So you're gonna delve into it a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So I said on the one of the videos prior, my boy Julius DeBerry was constantly selling me on this Kronos, and I said I was good because I really love the XF,
Of
really,
course.
really do, really love
Uh-huh.
it. And so I was swearing up and down I was good, but I was doing this, got hired to do this record, and I needed a piano. I actually ordered an XF from the store, and the guy took really long to get back at me, and I just had an opportunity to get a Kronos X for a really good price, brand new, um, but it was just an extremely good price. It's nice to have friends, and
That's right.
so so what happened was I got the board just because I was waiting for my XF to get in. It was taking too long, and so I just went at this. Did a lot of homework, a lot of research. Of course, I called Julius night and day. Um,
He's like the guru on
yeah,
this
it's
keyboard.
well, really all keyboards. He's like the technical. He's just. I mean, he's worse than I am. He's just nuts. I'm a little more creative as far as sounds and all that kind of stuff, but actual the technicality of the board, I don't know anybody
That
smarter.
wow.
Um, so anyway, I got the board, did some homework. Actually, I borrowed yours,
Hmm.
and just to make sure this was the right thing to do. It's always good to do your homework.
Yeah.
Always, always
Before
do your
you
homework.
buy something.
Yeah, my money comes hard. I have to really work hard for the money, so
Yeah. So you
I
don't
can't.
really want to run out and
Nah.
make a purchase and then you beating yourself in the
Yeah,
head later. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So got the board. Found out there's another dope cat on YouTube, dude by the name of Q Robinez. Got a lot of stuff on the Kronos. Watched his videos extensively. Found out for me as a producer, um, this is a better overall board.
Hmm.
Um, Now again, I love the Motif XF.
Hmm.
Absolutely love it. Love everything about it. But there are a few things that this board does that the Motif does not do
Oh,
right off
okay.
the bat. Like just as soon as you get it out the box, brand new, it's already got the upper hand on the
On the
motif.
motif on
Um,
certain areas.
yeah, I mean, first of all, the hard drive is 60 gigs if you get an X,
Hmm.
right? Solid state drive, 60 gigs. Um, 3 gigs of RAM already, I believe. So many more capabilities as far as sampling, loading in sounds. One of the reasons why I like the vSynth so much is because
Hmm.
make I can overwrite every patch and make it exactly what I want. So if I
Hmm.
want no pianos, I can erase them all. If I want no, so
Hmm.
this is a really good situation for me to have. I saw Q Robinez load sounds from Omnisphere in here, and I follow suit. um, um, we got MKS in here.
Ah.
Um,
Mhm.
and right out the gate, there's no cards you have to buy. There's no flash memory. There's no extra libraries you got to go to a
Everything
website and
is in the
download.
board.
It's already you buy this board. If you can get your hands on the samples, you can load them in here. I use Chicken Systems Translator
Mhm.
6. Did a lot of research on that. There's a lot of negative reviews, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the program is legit. Garth is a really good guy. He's the head of the company, I believe. I've called for help, tech support, and gotten him
Gotten him.
a few times, and he's been both dialoguing back and forth. He's been asking me questions. How can I make the product better? What should I do?
That's wonderful when
Yeah,
a company engages you like that, where they don't just throw something out and just use it.
right.
It is what it is, but they
Yeah,
take feedback
I ran
to
across
make it better.
I ran across some crashes and some things that were happening, and we went over it together. And he was like, "Man, I didn't know that. Why don't you send me the files? Maybe see if we can work on an update. Work on." He's very, very, very helpful. His
Wow.
reputation on the internet and the forums are nothing like what I've dealt with him. He's
Yeah,
he's a very good dude, very good guy.
that's good.
So I use his product. I think the product is like $150. But he's doing he does like Memorial Day, Labor Day, Christmas kind of sales.
Sales, yeah.
So I got it for like $75. And what that does is it takes all your files and translate them to other types of files. So let's say I had a sound in my EXS sampler or contact. I can take that file, put it in translator, translate it to a motif or a Kronos file, you know.
Wow.
So I was able to get my MKS sound in here. Like I said, I use Jamal's Precision Sound. I have that one as well. Any one of those, you can just load in translator,
Mm-hmm.
translate it, put it on your little thumb drive, put it in there, load it. It's
Wow.
good to go. And so, like I said, right out the gate, it's just a good, solid keyboard with a lot of good, handy features.
I guess tell us all the pluses, the things that you like. Before you get to the things you don't like, let's deal with all the pluses of the board.
The sounds. Now you told me because
I
you got
told
yours before me, and you said, "Listen, man,
It's a whole
the
nother
sounds."
level.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Man, I hate to say it, but yo, there's no keyboard out, none. There's no keyboard out that sounds better than the Kronos.
That's what I
None.
said.
Where's the
I
camera?
said you looked at me
All right,
crazy.
where's
when
the
I said
camera?
that.
Is it that
right
one?
There, it's right there.
This one right here?
That's right.
All right, there's no keyboard better that sounds better than the Kronos. That's just what it is. Now, I promise, I'm a rolling guy. I love rolling keyboards. They're my top. Then Yamaha, and I've always kind of shied away from Korg.
Yeah,
but they
me too.
really
rolling to the heart.
They
This
really
thing is-
stepped their game up crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
From all the other Korg keyboards
Yeah.
to this, it's just
It's-
like night and day. It's like they really put a lot.
They're not
of work
playing
in.
around.
Yeah.
They're not playing around. Absolutely incredible sounding pianos, incredible sounding Rhodes. The Rhodes. I mean, I
Yeah, because you told me on the roads alone. You said-
Yo, it was crazy because I have a Rose right now, right at my mom's house, right. I've been borrowing a 73 from 1975, from the OG himself, Mark Murray, who still won't come and get his Rose. I've been asking him for
Hey,
2 years, come get the Rose, come get the Rose.
no,
So,
just
but anyway,
let them not come get it.
It's in the basement of my mom's house. I play it, and I couldn't tell the difference.
Wow.
I couldn't tell the difference.
That's crazy.
I couldn't tell the difference.
That's crazy.
And the pianos too. I've done classical records. I recorded a lady who's doing like a classical / jazz kind of like album over the summer, and she was very, very particular about the sound.
Picky, yeah.
And we went to a couple of studios with real pianos. She wasn't happy with some of the nuances of the rooms and the boards. I said, listen, you're going to waste a lot of money booking these studio sessions for $75 an hour. I said, why don't you come and try it MIDI? Let's try it that way. And you can't tell. I played the record for people. I mean, you hear the resonance of the
Yeah,
board.
the wood,
It's
yeah.
crazy. The pedal dampener, the mechanical noises. Like,
Yeah. It's amazing.
they're not playing.
When I first played it, I was like, yo, what was I missing? It's like, and then I have the XF,
Mhm.
but I love playing this keyboard more.
Yeah.
I love playing it, and I love the XF feel,
Mhm.
but I love playing this keyboard sound wise.
Sound wise, now there are things that are on par.
Mm-hmm.
The Jupiter 80 sounds
Amazing.
It's retarded.
That's another
how
board.
good
Amazing.
it sounds.
A lot of people sleep on that board because they don't really know it, they don't understand it. But that's an amazing board. The
Yeah,
Jupiter
I mean,
80.
as far as the fidelity of the sound,
Incredible.
amazing. The motif is
Well, let's just be honest. The motif has become a board that everyone is used to.
hmm
A lot of those sounds has been recycled down through the last 10 years.
hmm
And it hasn't changed a lot. They've changed the converters in it. It's cleaned up the sound, but a lot of sounds have not changed.
No, but this ironically though has got a lot of sounds from the M3.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
a lot
the
of sound
same exact sounds.
from the M3.
If you get an M3 expanded, that version 2
yeah,
that they put out, um, a lot of the sounds are in here. Now they are hyped up. This would be like an HD TV.
yeah,
Like this is like a high
and that'd be
definition.
a standard
Right,
def. Yeah,
right. You know what I'm saying?
because the way it sounds.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same sounds, but the depth of the sound is just crazy. Now, this keyboard is not messing with Omnisphere.
It's not messing
No.
around this.
I'm gonna be very clear about that. Sound wise, Omnisphere is on.
Not messing with the
Nah,
atmosphere.
nah.
Just ain't doing it.
But as a keyboard, this is the best keyboard money could buy.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. And I've always been, Yamaha motif. That XF really blew me away.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the best keyboard money could buy
Mm-hmm.
right now. If you're getting a Rompler.
Yeah, if you're getting
if you're getting a synth, you got the Virus, you got the V-Synth, Jupiter 80,
yeah,
but if you're gonna get a Rompler with pianos and strings
with
and roads,
everything, yeah. There's nothing, yeah. It just gives you so much. I mean, people look at the price, man, it's a pricey board, but they're giving you a lot.
they give
for
you a
that.
whole lot. You figure if you get a motif, you got to get, and you want to load sounds in, you got to get the board, the
Yeah.
flash board.
Yeah.
That's another $1,000 because they're like 500 a piece, right?
Yeah, they're about $350 a piece. If you get the 1 gig.
1 gig.
You
So
want
and it
gig,
takes
yeah.
two.
Yeah,
So
take
that's
2 gigs.
350. So that's 700,
700.
right, for 2 gigs. And that's at 3,500. This is at 4,000, right? And you get 3 gigs of RAM and a 60 gig solid state hard drive. So you already won.
Yeah, yeah. With that hard drive, just really tips it over
Right.
the edge. Now, what they're doing, I'm sure you heard about the anniversary edition, the all-white motif.
Mhm.
They're just loading everything in and just selling it to you like that with the boards, everything already in the board.
Yeah.
I don't know what the price point is.
It's 4.
Oh, it's
It's
4?
like 38, I think. Yeah.
yeah.
But nice
they,
try.
Yeah, but they're giving you the sound. I guess they have to. It's a competitive field.
Yeah, they tried, but it's not. Sorry. This is amazing. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie.
And you were skeptical when I
I'm
first
very.
told you about it. You were like, I don't know. I love my motif, blah, blah, blah.
Yo, I went to the store when it first came out in 2011. I went to the store and sat down with it a few times because Julius, he got it right away.
Yeah,
And
he had been preaching
He was like,
to you
yo,
about it.
you gotta get this, you gotta get this. And I'm like, I went to the store and I wasn't really.
Then
It wasn't until I saw Q Robinez
Q Robin
put
is
Omnisphere, because the sound he used, I used that sound and I've used it on records. So I'm saying, whoa, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And I started doing more research, and then
Yeah,
I borrowed
you're
yours, and I was like, uh-oh. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, the price point that I was able to get the board for,
it pushed you over
it
the
just
edge.
made sense.
Yeah.
You know, it just made sense.
All right, so
So-
now you hit all the good spots. Did you miss any?
No,
good
that's
spots?
pretty
All
much
right,
it.
now tell us the things you
And it's
don't
black.
like about
It's black, which I love black
Yeah.
keyboards.
Because no keyboard is perfect. I don't
Yeah.
care. No keyboard
None.
is perfect. Where
None.
you just, oh man, this keyboard just does everything.
Yeah.
It's the greatest. It's the second coming. No.
Yeah.
So what is it that you don't like about the board?
Okay, it is insanely difficult,
To get around the menu
unnecessarily.
unnecessary.
Really, Korg? Like really? I mean,
It's
it's
tough.
frustrating. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Like,
Yeah, 'cause I remember when you first tried to put the MKS in there, you put it in, it was playing, and when we went and turned the keyboard, turned back on, it's not there.
it would be. I mean, it's like this. Like the V-Synth was the hardest keyboard I've ever used. Like I had to. It took me 2 months to wrap my head around the board, plus reading the manual. Like it was that weird,
Mhm.
you know. And when I got the GT, It took me another 2 months because it was a little bit, the layout was a little bit different, but I kind of understood the language.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that bad. I didn't have to really read the manual too much, but there was a lot of little things I had to kind of dig out. This thing right here, I have read the manual, I have watched videos, I've called for advice, and I still am struggling.
Still learning.
Now I got it in July, and this summer's been really, really busy, so I haven't had time to be a geek. But I mean, it's really like OD hard, like unnecessarily. Like just I write it, load a sound, you save it, let it just save to the board already. Like I don't need to keep going through menus and loading stuff and unloading and if I want to save it, let me just save the sound to the just little things that could have been done. The layout is a little bit different. I had a Triton. I kind of know the Triton's layout. It's familiar to the Triton's layout, but not quite the same.
I've had a Triton too, but
it's not quite the same.
It's like the Triton plus a whole lot of other stuff.
Right. It's familiar with the M3 too, but there's a little bit more with this, and because I wasn't a big Korg guy, I don't speak.
That language. Every keyboard has its own language. The way they make their boards work. Roland does theirs, Yamaha does theirs. In most cases, when you buy their boards, there's certain things you just know. I know because this is the way they do it.
Right. My dude Julius, he's been with his first keyboard like that he bought of pro level was the Triton. So he's been on the Triton for 10, 15 years.
So he really has that language down pat.
So he understood it like that. I'm a Roland guy. So, my first pro keyboard that I used was an XP50. And we talking about 20 years, 94, 95. Yeah. So I know that language. I know what I'm looking at. When any Roland board I see, I kind of know, what's going on.
Exactly.
So that's really, those are really the cons. There's nothing, there's a weird like limiter kind of like sound that happens when you're playing, when you get to a certain volume. It feels like the board is being smacked, and you can turn it off, and you still kind of hear it. Now I did invest in some cables that are.
Yeah, you were telling me you're using balance cables.
Yeah, I got
And you notice the difference.
Yeah, I got a pair of Mogami cables, and
definitely it's a night and day difference that you notice.
Yeah,
coming out balanced.
Yeah, I coming out balanced. Into the interface, quiet as can be, no noise, lot more open, get a lot more headroom. Right now we're at almost 3/4 of the way up. I keep mine no more than half.
No more than half.
I'm already
yeah.
Like it's ridiculous.
So by running it balanced, it does make sense. It makes a difference.
And the the cable quality is everything.
It's funny the way we are. We'll spend so much on keyboards. We'll go to the bargain row to get our cable.
Get a Hosa cable. And I stay using Hosa cables, and I never really knew. I just didn't know. And just doing research and just getting into recording and signal path and finding out. Your signal chain is only as good as its weakest link.
I remember when I did my studio and I did all Mogami. Dude, thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Them two cables cost me $100 and something. You know what I'm saying?
Unbelievable.
So I had to wait for my next, I guess, project or something. I got to figure out what I'm doing. Get the next batch of cables. I definitely don't have $100 for a stereo pair of cables.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But I felt like this was the board I was going to be using most. I better get the the thousands of dollars for this piano. I might as well not cheapskate on the cables.
Yeah.
Might as well get what I need. So that's the dope part about it. I guess I should play it.
Yeah, some of the sounds. Yeah, let's hear some of the sounds.
So like I said, off bat, what got me was the Rhodes, that's pretty good.
Them road sounds. Them road sounds kill me, Doc.
Of course, I always do my layers. So
Got that nice milky sound.
I play a piano by itself. And that's no reverb. There's no like, I turn all the reverb and stuff off.
Because the samples are really that good and it's really that clean that you don't have to throw the gravy all over it to try to make it sound like something.
No, you don't have to try to mask it. I don't know if you can hear that.
Yeah.
But
I heard it as soon as I played the keyboard, just the clarity and the depth of the sound.
Can you hear the damper? Me moving the...
No, I'm not hearing it. Oh, so you actually hear that in the sound?
You can hear, yeah. You can hear it opening and closing. That's that's pretty good, yo. That's pretty good. Some strings, like some, So I mixed the two. I'm saying? Like it's nuts. And I just came over here and just did quickly.
Yeah.
I didn't even,
Yeah.
All right, so here's the infamous. Here's the MKS.
The infamous. Uh-oh.
Here's the MKS.
Here we go.
All right. That's pretty. That's pretty close. There's nothing. You can see me turn it up and turn it down. It's definitely in the board.
It's not MIDI out.
No,
see,
there's no.
We not even running the notes where you can see a note.
There's
nothing. No MIDI. There's no MIDI coming in and out of this board. That's in the board. Set up some things where you can add to that, like layer it.
Yeah, it's that's in every keyboard. You got program mode, right? And then you got combi mode, and that's basically just like patch and performance on the Roland, and then patch and I think multi on the. So this is the combi mode. This is program mode. All right, so this is the piano that I tweaked and then saved it.
Oh, so you did some tweaking on that piano. Yeah, I like the way that.
You can't really see, but there's so much. Later I know we'll do another video, but there's so many options here for you to change the quality of the note. Just. All right, so that note is ringing out. Right? Now that's different from my little ADSR thing, right? The release time, right? Right? I do my thing here, right? But you still hear the note ringing, right? Because that's the note release in the piano. So I can get my sharp, keyboard if I want.
Yeah, to get that nice sound, yeah.
Right? Mechanical noise. Damper resonance. You hear the air releasing from the Damper noise goes away. Turn it up. I mean, it's so much stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there's so much stuff. You could do the same thing for Rhodes. You know, I mean, it's a beautiful keyboard. You know, it's a beautiful keyboard. So, you know, like I said earlier in another video, every sound that I use is usually made up of, you know, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4 sounds. So, you know, I'd have this piano and the pad underneath. You know, and this just goes to show you, it doesn't really matter the keyboard you have. It's what you like, your mind, what you like to hear. You know, it's the same sound I had when I was using.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know that's the crazy thing right there. That's what makes a keyboard. It's like you go in the store and you play it the way it is. Okay, it's okay. But the way you tweaked it, it's like, yeah, that's it right there. That's that sound.
Right. Right.
And it just lets people know that to get into your keyboard. And I think my buddy Kevin Connolly, he put up a post the other day. He was talking about how don't go and run and buy the newest keyboard.
Nah.
Learn the keyboard you already have and maximize that. Versus, I mean, I understand what the industry has to do because that's how you stay alive. They have to come out with something every year and add something to make you feel like I have to have this. But in most cases, people haven't maximized what they already have.
No, and I would even say as well, you know, just to piggyback, would be that before you buy the keyboard, do extensive research and compare what you already have and what you have is lacking. Find the keyboard that does that.
Yeah.
Don't buy a keyboard that overlaps because you're just wasting money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
now, if you find a keyboard that's better than what you have, then okay.
Versus just going laterally across. You want to go up.
Right.
You want something better. You don't want to just cross grade and it's like, okay, it just does this different.
Right. You know, unless that one thing that it does different is
Makes
so
or breaks you. Yeah.
right.
What you're doing. Yeah.
You know, so I mean, like I said, if you're in the market, for a keyboard, you know, this is. I mean, you can't get much better than this, man.
Make sure you save and name that right there. Randy said, I want to have that next time I got to take the board out. I need that sound.
I mean,
y'all heard,
that is
y'all
the
heard
sound
it right here.
Yeah,
that is in the Kronos right here.
Just by itself. Just by itself, you know what I mean?
It's just such a big sound out of this board.
I mean, it's I'm really impressed, and I don't impress easy.
I know.
You know, not that I'm all that, but I'm just I just like what I like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I said, when I first told you about the boy, you're like, it ain't really knocking me over like that. And then after you borrowed mine, you came back, you was like, yo, dude, I'm convinced.
Yeah. Now, you know what? Let me be honest though. Because I don't want to. I know I bashed the Yamaha a little bit, but I will say this: I still have the S90 at church, which is, you know, the XS, basically Motif XS sound set without the sequencer and sampler. There are some synth sounds in that board that are, if there was a weak link and if there was a weakness in this board, it would definitely be the synths.
It'd be the synths.
Now, I've made some sounds that are comparable to what I have.
You can pull into here.
But I still find myself hearing certain sounds.
That Yamaha brings.
And I find myself when I'm at church, I feel a lot more comfortable with the synth stuff that I have there. I mean, I have an XV at church and I have an XV at home, so XV is not the issue. It's this main board that I couple with the XV. I'm finding myself having that aha moment when I'm at church and not at home. So I'm looking to getting like an excess rack or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. You know,
Oh, and it integrates well as far as controlling it from this
very
board.
well,
Very
very well. Yeah, there's a lot of different controls you can have here. That's just you can control the timbre of the patch. You can control externally your other modules, and you can control uh, the tone adjust and the EQ. They're all
mm-hmm.
separate, buttons here on the side. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good board. It's definitely worth the money.
Mm.
If
Yeah.
I had to pick, but if I had somebody say, "Yo, listen, we're gonna give you $4,000. Get whichever keyboard you're gonna get,"
Mm-hmm.
I would get this.
You would get this.
Yeah, especially church dudes. The sounds cut through. I've used them on several records. I've used this board and the sounds on several records. Um,
Yes.
I'm going to be using it on a live recording. I'm doing a live recording with Milton Van
Yeah,
on
on
the 31st,
Halloween.
Halloween night.
Halloween
It's
night.
going to be real dope. I got some cats. DW is going to be on bass. Ricardo Ramos on guitar. Darius Woodley on drums. Usual suspects. Those are dudes I usually call. Got this cat from Florida coming. Well, really, Georgia. His name is Avery Farish. Dude can play.
Some
You know
heavy
what I'm saying?
hitters.
Yeah. So we got some dope cats coming through. Definitely gonna be using Ableton. The whole deal.
Yeah.
And this board is gonna be
Gonna be there.
it's gonna be right there. It's the first time it's gonna see any action out my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about
So
that.
this is gonna be a straight gate Mamaroneck.
Yeah,
Correct?
yeah.
Mamaroneck,
New York. So if you can make it, definitely, check it out.
Great. Cool.
All right.
All right.
All right, man.
As we say on every video, if you really want to play,
Don't play around.
don't play around.
All
God
right.
bless you.
All right, man.
Cool.